all type of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge. So therefore, they're coming in to, and ask me to teach them not so much of how to defend themselves or how to do somebody in. Rather, they want to learn to express themselves through some movement, be it anger, be it determination, or whatsoever.
When my father came to the United States, his training had been in Wing Chun. And then when he started teaching, he called what he taught Zhen Fan Kung Fu, because Zhen Fan is his given name. So it was like Bruce Lee's Kung Fu. But it was essentially Wing Chun. His first student was Jesse Glover. He was an African-American man. Taki Kimura, who was a Japanese man. He really took on anyone who had a real desire to learn. His school was very revolutionary in that way.
My type of martial art, more and more I believe how to make good use of yourself.
In early 1965, he had opened his second school in Oakland. He was part of a community of martial artists who were really interested in playing with tradition and really talking more about what works as opposed to staying within the lines of form.
Because of style, people are separated. They are not united together because styles became law.
Already he had Zhen Fan Kung Fu, so he was going around touting this all the time. And he had an open door policy and was teaching this to anyone. The San Francisco Chinatown community did not appreciate that. They were the old guard and they wanted to shut him down. They issued a challenge to him and they said, we're gonna bring over our champion and we wanna fight you. And if you lose, you have to stop teaching.
I was born in Oakland's Chinatown, and I started to study Kung Fu at a very young age, and the master, Jack Man Wong, had this mythical fight with Bruce Lee. So I remember hearing people say, hey, our teacher fought with Bruce Lee. You know, that was really just mind-blowing.
I have no fear of opponent in front of me, that I am very self-sufficient, they do not bother me. And that should I fight, I have made up my mind, and that's it, baby.
After the fight, even though he had won, he was very disappointed. He was winded, and his traditional rigid training had not prepared him for a fight of this nature. Out of that, he decided to do away with his traditional training.
Because I do not believe in styles anymore. I mean, I do not believe that there is such thing as like Chinese way of fighting or the Japanese way of fighting or whatever way of fighting, because unless human beings have 3 arms and 4 legs, we will have a different form of fighting.
And he literally studied boxing, the simplicity of it, fencing for the ability to bridge the gap quickly, but also Newtonian physics. He studied biomechanics and kinesiology. And so he was really revolutionary in just looking at the human body and saying, if I want to optimize this for combat, what do I do?
If it is a sport, now you're talking about something else. You have regulations, you have rules. But when you're talking about fighting as it is,
no rules.
With no rules,
not real fighting.
Well, then, baby, you better train every part of your body.
Bruce Lee's a smart fighter. He's not just a good fighter, because I think in martial arts, some people train so hard to be strong, but they don't know actually in a fight, it's the mind that needs to be better than the skill.
Here it is the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony.